Can't hear you, Peasy.
What up, everybody? Hope
What's up,
everybody's
man?
doing well out there. Your
Yeah.
boy Chris Peasy is in the building. We got the Opps podcast going live. Sorry for the delay. We were having some technical difficulties, but we're ready to get it in. Today is September 10th, Wednesday. And, it's an interesting time in our country with everything that's going on. Obviously, tomorrow being September 11th, a day of remembrance, and we're having some crazy things that's going on right now, but we're going to try to be a distraction as much as we possibly can be and talk about the wonderful world of sports. We got a lot to get into too. We're going to be talking about all the developments that happened after week one, some game reactions. What did you think? Talking about a new potential meddling owner joining the NFL ranks. And, we also wanted to talk about some different things. Tyson Mayweather. There were some contracts that have been signed recently, and we wanted to even get into whether or not which one you think might be worse. And it's just crazy. I got to just pause, like the fact that I'm saying a Tyson Mayweather fight, and it's the year, 2025. It's just they're like, what? Like, what? So,
Right.
anyways, but yeah, we'll get into that, and the guys will share their thoughts on that. It's just three of us again. Josh couldn't make it. And so, hey, let's let the audience know what the starting lineup is for the audience that is listening over the radio waves. And so, hey, why don't you start it off right at the bottom
There's two of us at the bottom, pimp.
of me?
Oh, it's your boy Big Z.
There we go.
Oh, what's up, everybody? It's Dave in the cut.
Yeah, man. In the building,
My
in the
Yankees
building.
getting smashed right now, man. 5-0.
Yeah, Mets too. New York baseball is just terrible this year, bro.
It's ridiculous.
But hey, let's just get right in it. You know what's not terrible? Probably the best team in the NFL from week one. The Indianapolis Colts, baby, in the building, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get hyped about these Indianapolis Colts. We gotta have a new name, bro. We gotta have a new name. He's not Danny Dimes no more. He's not Danny Dimes no more.
Okay, what
He's
is it?
Indiana Jones. Let's go, baby. He's gonna take us all the way to the Super Bowl. It's happening. It's happening, folks. It's
This is
happening.
going to be the best roller coaster ride to witness in the history of football. This is going to be so much fun. You know what? I wasn't excited about football. Now I am. Let's go.
Tell me
Oh,
why.
okay. All right.
Tell me why, Z.
He
I,
just likes to
I,
see me miserable after my team loses.
I mean, listen, I wasn't even thinking about it, but now you said my man name is Indiana Jones. It's still Daniel Jones, bruh. It's still Daniel
Indiana
Jones.
Jones, baby.
You remember the same dude that had a breakaway touchdown and tripped on a blade of grass? It's still the same dude.
Anthony Richardson, who? We needed Indiana Jones. He's going to be the new Sam Darnold this year. Let's go, baby. He's
Oh
ready to
yeah.
rock and roll. All the receivers just getting lifted up. JT still in the building. That defense is looking unstoppable, man. Jeez, man. The whole NFL is put on notice after week one. But again, it was just week one. And so we'll try to take it in course, although we know what our eyes saw. We know what our eyes saw, peoples.
Who's
The,
your
the Colts are
Vegas?
here to stay.
Yeah, we need to
Tyreek
temporize.
Hill, Jalen Waddle, Devon
Oh,
Achane,
okay.
the monsters of South Florida. We slayed them. But that's
Who we
how we
playing
Okay.
roll,
this
man.
week, Chris?
Ain't that right, Dave? Ain't that right? Back me up, brother. My
All
fellow
right,
Colts
got you,
fan.
man. Well, who are we playing? Who are we playing this week?
We playing the Denver Broncos. Bro, they
So
don't stand a chance.
1-1.
what do you think it looks like?
What do I think it looks like?
Yeah.
I think it looks like another 30-point beatdown. I don't know about that much. But
Let's
but
not get
I
carried away.
yeah, let's not get carried away.
I think your
Yeah,
microphone trying to block your audio, Dave, because I can't hear you because you supporting his shenanigans. You mad low right now, man.
I'll fix it. Hold on.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, say it with your chest, Dave. What are the Colts
Yeah,
going to be
okay.
this year? They finishing in the playoffs. But let's talk about some of the other games. Did you guys see that Sunday night game?
Unfortunately, yes.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that game was wild. That game was wild. We had in the Sunday night matchup, it was the Braves, or excuse me, the Braves. Got me talking about the Braves. The Bills versus the Ravens. And man, that looked every bit of what we would hope to see in AFC Championship game, right? Hopefully, well, I mean that's not going to be the case because the Colts are going to be in the AFC Championship game this
Ah,
year.
you had to catch yourself.
But that was everything you could hope for. Two Titans going at it. A Henry fumble. I don't know. Zeke, what do you think, brother? You think it says more about the Bills' resiliency, being able to come back, or does it say more about, man, the Ravens just blowing games again at the end like that?
The Ravens and like the immediate reaction on social media was Lamar being a choke artist, but I don't see how you can look at that game and put on Lamar. Um, he didn't give up 41 points on defense. He didn't fumble the ball running into the end zone or whatever. Yeah, I mean, Derrick Henry, he was fresh off of that big run. They were talking about how he's like one of the few running backs over the age of 30 to have a 150-yard game or something like that. Everybody was talking about Derrick Henry Day, and then the next time he touches the ball, or not too long after that, he fumbles the ball in a crucial situation. It's not Lamar's fault. Listen, I fully expect the Ravens to get it together. Um, they got to bounce back from this one. Not every loss it has to be detrimental. Luckily, having a week one, plenty of football left to learn from these mistakes. You got to learn how to close out games. And the defense, you got to step up, man. I mean, yeah, that the turnover didn't help, but you had the Bills locked up all game, and then all of a sudden you just give up all those points in the last few minutes of the fourth quarter. It's not a good look. So they'll figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, some miscues by the coaching staff as well, allowing Buffalo to get that last second field goal by not protecting the sidelines. They were getting blasted for that. You gave up 3 points, ends up
Okay, yeah, you
coming
can
back
you
to
can
hurt
say
you.
coaches, but I mean, if you've been playing football for any amount of time, you got to know protect the sideline. Like that's crucial. You shouldn't have to be reminded all the time. Yo, don't let them get out of bounds. You-
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, as a player, you got to take responsibility. You got to be intelligent enough to understand game situations. And the Ravens weren't up to the task, or maybe that Buffalo, that stadium, they had it rocking out in
Yeah,
Buffalo, so maybe it was a little bit of an intimidation factor. But the other really good game, I watched it. I thought it was a great game. I don't know if you had a chance to look at it, but the Jets and the Steelers.
I promise you, I didn't watch a single second of that game.
Bro, Rodgers versus Justin Fields was the matchup we didn't know we needed. That was a phenomenal game.
And I think I was me and my son were at Buffalo Wild Wings while that game was on. So now that I think about it, I did catch a couple glimpses, but yeah, it was good to see Ron remember how to play football. Um, Dave playing tricks on us right now. Josh, we need your help.
The audio is all jacked up right now. And I
Yeah,
think
Dave
Dave
will
in the
figure it
cut.
out. At first, I
I
thought he
think
was just
Dave is,
really, really concentrating on something, but I think he was frozen for a while.
yeah, Dave, or Zeke, you sound like you're talking in a tunnel. Do I sound the same way where you could hear me twice, like I could hear you like twice?
You sound normal to me, man.
Yeah, sounds like you're speaking on a grand microphone here.
Hey,
Um, okay.
behold.
Yeah. So I mean, those were the main matchups. I mean, you had on that Monday night game the Vikings. I don't know how you guys feel about the Vikings, and their prospects this year, but I mean, doesn't it say something that Caleb Williams now entering year two gets outdueled by a rookie in his first game? Um, Everybody was trashing the young JJ McCarthy after that first half. where it looked like he was just completely unprepared for a high school football game, let alone a professional football game. He just looked terrible. And then the guy, give him credit, showed moxie, came back, started making some key throws, found Justin Jefferson in the end zone. And hey, he pulled him out of the mud. And Caleb Williams continuously was inaccurate with his passes when it mattered most and ended up with a good stat line if you had him in fantasy. But if you're a Bears fan, you're looking at that game and you're thinking, like, man, we finally got the coach that has the offensive pedigree to get us to the next level. And this guy can't put the ball where it needs to be, right? But he did show off his athleticism a little bit. Did you get a chance to watch that game, Zeke?
Nah, they were up against the Braves that night. I was watching baseball.
Yeah, it
I'm
turned out to
sorry.
be a
You,
really,
you
it turned
picked
out
you
to be a
picked a
really good
bad
game.
night to have some technical difficulties. You got Josh, who's a football nut, MIA, and Dave probably did watch the game, but he can't contribute to this conversation right now. Peasy, I'm sorry. You left with me, and I suck when it comes to football convo.
Man, I tell you what, like everything, it's hard to understand what you're saying because you're so echoey. I can't imagine the audience can understand. Uh, Dave, we need your help, brother. um, yeah, I'm not sure where to go from here, Dave. Are you still there? It says Dave in the cut is offline.
Oh
So
boy.
now we are going to listen to this fantastic stylings of your boy Chris Peasy. He is going to put on a
Oh,
comedy sketch for you as we do a tap dancing monologue here.
you sure it's not just your audio? I mean, can you?
All right, Dave is saying that he can understand him. Says Dave. Well, we're not able to
My
throw this
bad.
up on the screen for the audience, but he says that you love the Braves too much.
What? Coming from the ultimate Yankee?
Well, that's good. So, Dave, if you're out there, brother, can you? It does Zeke sound echoey to you too, or
Oh,
is it just
back
like?
from the great beyond.
Can you guys hear me?
I
We
can
got you,
finally hear
Dave.
you and see
Welcome
you.
back.
Welcome back to the show, brother.
Chris needs you.
Yo, man, I'm in here texting you. Chris is like, "Hey, we need your help," and I'm like, "Well, pick up your phone."
He was texting us.
I don't know what happened, bro. I don't know.
I'm just
This
I'm
is
just reading it
hilarious.
now.
Gremlins are out tonight, bro. This like I don't know what's going on. The devil don't want us to do this show, but we doing it.
Okay, so it sounds
Everybody
like
said I sound good. It's just your headphones or something, Peasy.
oh,
Everybody
okay, so
says
maybe
Zeke
it
is
is my
cool.
headphones.
Told you.
Yeah, see, we getting it.
Bet.
All right.
What we talking about now? Oh, he Chris needs some feedback on the Monday night game, Dave. Did you watch it?
I did.
Okay. Y'all can have this convo. Tag me in
What
when
what
y'all want me back.
So let me start here, and I apologize to the audience about for the technical difficulties, man. It's been a mess since we launched tonight. Everything is just like whatever could go wrong has been going wrong. I don't know what's going on, but I just kind of feel like there's some forces that don't want us to be doing this show right now. But we're gonna do it anyway. We don't care if one person is watching. We don't care if 100 people are watching. We get together as brothers. We love doing this show. We love talking sports, and we're just glad that we can bring it to you guys. So the people that are watching, we really thank you for sticking by us and supporting us. Let me get into Monday night. So Monday night, obviously the Chicago Bears going up against the rookie JJ McCarthy. I didn't think JJ McCarthy stood a chance. Um, so much so that I had the Ravens defense in fantasy, and I put them on the bench, and I picked up the Bears defense. Now they got me a pick six, which was dope, but then they kind of started to fall apart because JJ McCarthy's coaching really started to realize we need to get this kid some wins. Like we need to not try to hit home runs and not worry about trying to do the big things. We need to get this kid some wins. So they started setting up a package for him where he could be successful, and it built up his confidence. I was shocked, and I really thought Chicago was going to win this game. I don't know why, but then um, when I saw Caleb getting a little bit kind of, I don't know, man. He was a little complacent. Uh, he started to stare receivers down way too much. I was like, and then McCarthy hit Jefferson for like a 30-yard pass on the sideline, and I think that's when the momentum really shifted. Um, but if they can not try to rush McCarthy along, I think McCarthy's going to be all right. Um, it's they took a shot by letting Sam Darnold walk,
It's a big
and
risk.
which I understand. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. I expected more out of Chicago, but it seems like Chicago is probably going to be a 6-11 team this year, man.
Yo, what NFL franchise has worse luck with quarterbacks than the Chicago Bears? I mean, my goodness. I think the stat is still true, right? They have never had a quarterback to throw for was it 4,000 yards in a season?
For
Just
real?
cra- yeah, look it up, man. I don't think they've ever in their history had a quarterback throw for 4,000 yards.
That's bananas.
It is. I can't think of a franchise that has had worse luck with quarterbacks.
Not even McMahon?
Definitely not McMahon.
Yeah, back in the day, no quarterback was thrown for
That was
that
Walter
much.
Payton, man.
I would have thought
Oh
Cutler would
man,
have
but he
done
had
it.
Willie Galt. He had some. And Walter was a dink and dunk too, man. He could run the ball now, but they threw him the ball out of the backfield. You would think, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. The Chicago Bears are the only NFL franchise to never have a passer throw for 4,000 yards in a season. And so, like, to me, that's just bananas. And so it's like it's a death sentence if you get sent to Chicago. Maybe that has something to do with the ownership group because we know that owners can sometimes, uh, create bad cultures for these teams. Maybe it just has something to do with the weather. But my goodness, I mean, yeah, I don't. It doesn't appear to me like Caleb Williams is going to be the first one to do it. He's got the receivers to do it, but when I see him play on the field, it don't look like he got the talent.
Well, I heard something. My man's had like 4 coordinators in 3 years or something
He's
like that.
had four
Who?
what?
4 offensive coordinators in 3 years. I could have swore
Caleb
I heard that
Williams?
on the. Yeah.
This is
Isn't
only
this
his
only
second
his second
season.
year?
Yeah,
Who was I could have swore they were talking about Caleb Williams.
Nah,
Maybe they
man.
were include. Maybe they were including his college days too,
But this is
because
what drove
it
me
wasn't
nuts.
all that stable. It wasn't all that stable in college for him either.
This is what drove me nuts about the talk. So, him and Jaden Daniels are in the same class, right?
yep.
And so they're talking about, well, we got to remember, they can't come in expecting a lot from Caleb Williams this year, and blah blah blah. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? The dude was the number one overall pick. I mean, he was the number one overall pick. Jaden Daniels is killing that narrative. How can we not expect more from the number one overall pick? But Jaden Daniels is out here doing his thing with Washington, right? And the dude is a smart QB. He not a dummy, man. So Caleb Williams, man, it's like I think there was a lot said about him because him with the situation with him and his pops, the rumors about him, asking for all this outlandish stuff. Don't pick me if I can't, have an ownership stake in the team and all of this, blah blah blah. I thought that was a bunch of nonsense, but it didn't make them look good. It didn't make his camp look good. You know what I mean? But for people to say for like Mike Greenberg and these people to say, "Hey, we got to be patient with Caleb Williams because he's a young quarterback," and it's like Jaden Daniels kills that entire narrative. And now if JJ McCarthy comes out guns blazing, if he comes in here doing his thing, I mean, what's the kid in Denver? I'm so bad with these young
Bo
kids.
Nix.
Bo Nix, really? Wasn't Bo Nix in that draft?
Yes, he was, and so was Michael Penix. Who would you rather have on your squad right now?
Jaden
Uh,
Daniels.
Jaden Daniels, Bo Nix. I'd rather have Bo Nix too.
Nah,
I think.
if I could only take one, I'm taking Jaden Daniels, man.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But like, who would you rather have? Caleb Williams edition. Would you rather have Jaden Daniels or Caleb Williams? Jaden Daniels, right? Would
Right.
you rather have Bo Nix from that draft or Jaden Daniels? For me, it's Bo Nix.
Why?
Would you rather have? Oh, I think he. Well, right now, I think he does have the benefit of the better coach. Although the hope is that the coach that he got from the Lions will end up being that dude. But from everything that I've seen so far on the playing field, it's Bo Nix, man. The dude can run. He's just as athletic, if not more so, than Caleb, and he's a lot more accurate with less talent, I would say. Because I mean, no disrespect or slander on Sutton, but I think DJ Moore is that guy, and there's no one like DJ Moore on the Broncos, and he's putting up better numbers. And I would say the same thing from what I saw from even Michael Penix. I think I'd rather have him on my squad than Caleb Williams. And so there's a chance where if JJ McCarthy ends up being that guy, he might be the worst QB pick from that draft class. And that is the absolute travesty, especially when you consider that, didn't they get that pick by trading with the Texans? Didn't they give up isn't that how the Texans got CJ? Or am I thinking of the wrong team? Oh no, that was the Panthers.
No, that's the
Panthers.
wrong team.
I'm thinking of the Panthers. But speaking of CJ, what's going on with your boy CJ Stroud, man?
Man, listen, CJ is what he is, man. I took that dude like his rookie year. I took him, and I think I took him last year too. He is what he is, man. I just don't think he has it in him, man. I really don't. I don't think he has it in him. I'm waiting for it, but I'm just not seeing it, man. I'm not, and I don't know. Like, it's not like he doesn't have talent around him, man. It's just, it's him. You know what I'm saying? It's like who else can you blame? I mean, it's him.
Hmm.
What do you think?
I, I was just reading the comment too. I don't know what's going on with CJ, but like there was a pathetic showing. He's holding the ball too long. He's in his own head. Um, I don't know. He's got talent. Collins is that guy. Schultz is playable. He's had a lot of injuries to second and third string receivers, but Higgins, from everything I've heard from training camp, is a legit dude. They got to
Yeah,
do something.
I don't
Chubb
know,
didn't have
man.
a bad game. It's not like Chubb stunk it up. I know they missing Mixon, but Chubb, I mean, he got respectable yards on the ground. He doesn't catch out of the backfield, but he runs. And to put up that kind of performance is just it's pathetic. But apparently, Zeke, you were right. I don't know if the guy said that, but Dave Vargas, it sounds like he looked it up. He said that Caleb Williams in his rookie season cycled through 4 different offensive coordinators. I didn't know that. That was
Oh my
interesting.
goodness! And what?
Shout out to Golick and Golick. I was actually watching some football coverage, yo.
And let me ask you this though, Chris. You said that you would rather have Bo Nix, so you would take,
I think he misspoke. He meant to say Caleb Williams. He said Jaden Daniels.
yeah, because I'm wondering, like, I'm still tripping on that. Like, you said you would rather have Bo Nix over Jaden Daniels. Are you
No, I
sure?
meant Caleb. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
okay.
I meant
He
Caleb.
meant Caleb.
I'm
Nah,
like,
I would.
man,
Jaden is number one. I rather. I think I drafted him in our league. That's how I feel about Jaden Daniels. But nah. Like if I had to choose between Bo Nix and Caleb Williams, I think I would choose Bo Nix.
okay,
He looks like he could be that guy, and he's got that grit. He's got that grit. I think he's gonna do pretty well. Um, Unfortunately, he plays the Colts, and he's gonna get destroyed this Sunday. But other than that, I think it'll be good for the rest of the season.
it's too you wildin', man. All right, man. Let's do this. Let's get to the next topic so we can get Zeke involved. I know Zeke want to get in here a little bit. Oh, wait a minute. Let's
I
real
Um,
quick though. Let's do this.
I'm
So
good.
who were you? who were your surprises for week one? Who were your one surprise if you had to say one person or one team or whatever?
You're asking Zeke?
All of y'all. Let's go.
The biggest surprise?
For you. Yeah.
I think it was the performance of the Miami Dolphins. I know I'm making a lot of light of how great the Colts are, but that team quit, and the fact that you could go from Mike McDaniel's being a guru, where everybody was there like, man, this guy's offense is genius. Look, he's got fast people on both sides with Jaden, or excuse me, with Waddle, with Tyreek, and then HN, and everybody's running fast, lighting up the scoreboard to man, this guy needs to be fired. Like this team looks like they quit, and it's game one, and they don't have any kind of heart or any dedication. So it was they like, maybe the Colts are really that great. I tend to think that, but the fact that they just quit, I think was the most surprising thing. I expected a more, and so did Vegas. They expected a closer game than that.
What about you, Zeke?
I think my biggest surprise was the fact that the Cowboys didn't get blowed out.
Okay.
I thought the game was going to
That's
be
it.
much worse than what it was. I mean, I look at the game and I say, all right, uh, Carter getting himself ejected before the first snap probably had a lot to do with that game being as close as it was. But I think
Hmm.
if he's in there, we don't as I said we. I can't believe I'm trying to break away from that, but if he's in there, I don't think the Cowboys have that much success on offense. They get a lot more pressure on Dak. They probably don't have the wins that they had in the run game. It would have been interesting to see what the Cowboys could have done against a full um, Eagles defense. That you take him out of the middle, that's a big piece. So, but they played well up until the point where they didn't. Um, that rain delay didn't help. Um, Kind of killed. Well, the fumble before the rain delay killed the momentum. But
Yeah.
I was surprised that it was as close as it was. I know y'all think I was joking, but I expected a much more lopsided loss than just 24-20.
Does Mike McDaniel survive the whole year?
I don't think so. I don't. I don't know about you, Zeke. I think he puts up a couple more performances like that, and you already got a disgruntled star wide receiver in Tyreek Hill. Um, he starts blowing up on the sidelines a couple more weeks. I mean, at
Yeah.
that point, what do? You trade Tyreek Hill. I mean, at that point, like you don't have enough success on the field now to throw Tyreek under the bus when he starts blowing up on the sidelines. You
Right.
know what I
Right.
mean? You don't got the cachet in the locker room to say, go sit down. 'Cause they're like, no, coach, you sit down. You know what I mean? And so it's they're
Right.
like, bro, you better start winning. Because, I mean, you
I'm
guys,
surprised he's lasted this long. I mean, every time I see him, he looks like a middle school gym teacher or something. Like he doesn't look like he belongs on the sidelines as an NFL head coach. And every time I hear him talk, I don't think I've ever heard a press conference where it seemed like he was taking the job seriously. So I don't
Yeah.
know.
mm,
Yeah. He kind of sounds like he always kind of reminded me of a voice for the coddle. You know what I'm saying? He's like he's there to be super cool with the guys and kind of trying to relate to them. And oh yeah,
Anti Belichick.
you want to miss a couple days? Go ahead, man. It's all good, man. I know you need your mental health days. You know, 4 days a week. Go ahead. You don't have to worry about practicing. So
speaking
he's
of
a
not taking
he's
it
a problem.
seriously, the team I didn't take seriously was this San Francisco 49ers. And the fact that they won with that depleted squad, and now they're even more depleted. They may be without Kittle. I mean, McCaffrey, we didn't even know if he was going to play. I mean,
Yeah.
the year before, he was there like, oh, yeah, I'm good to go, coach. Yeah, we're going to be out there. Everybody drafted him in fan for
Oh,
weeks.
Dang.
what happened to
Oh, he's
Peasy?
back. He's back.
That wasn't me.
Okay.
It was the whole screen went black. It wasn't
Yo, you
just,
you glitched out, bro.
Yo, man.
they don't
Casper
want me
was
talking
coming
about,
close.
yeah, they don't want me talking that 49er slander.
Yo,
But
man,
like,
you
man,
better leave the 49ers alone, man.
they, man. They'll injure the podcast just like their whole squad is injured. But like, nah, man, like, bro, now they're gonna be without Purdy. I don't know, man. I mean, it's not looking good. If you're a San Francisco 49er fan, like, I mean, it's like, what do you do? Your whole squad is injured, bro.
Is Brock Purdy officially out though?
Yeah, the coach said, and it's hard to believe anything the coach says, which is why I didn't draft Christian McCaffrey in any league because I don't believe a word that coach says anymore. But
Yeah,
he said that he is a long shot to play this week, and it might be a multiple week injury. And so they're like, bro, if it's a multiple week injury, he's not playing this week. He's done. And
that's
so
crazy. That's
yeah,
wild.
so we're gonna get the return of the Mac in Mac Jones. Mac
Okay,
Jones throwing to the combination of Ricky Pearsall and a hobbled Jennings. I think it was Jennings, right? And no tight end.
good luck
So
with that.
good
So
luck
for
with
me,
that.
let me go real quick, and then we'll jump into the next topic. So for me, the surprise of the week actually was the Jets and the Steelers game. Um,
Yeah, it
I was very,
was a
very
good game.
I wasn't surprised. I was surprised at how competitive it was. Um, I completely forgot that Jalen Ramsey is now a Pittsburgh Steeler, and he legitimately was the game changer on the defensive side for that game.
Hmm.
He was a huge impact for them. But I really, really enjoyed that game. I didn't really think that I would, man. It was like I don't know. I could have watched any game and I was like really glued to that game. I just wanted to kind of see what the how cohesive they would be. There was so much made about um, the type of person that Aaron Rodgers is. Aaron Rodgers has an alpha alpha personality, but there's a lot of alphas and a lot of veteran alphas on that Steelers team. You have young guys that are alphas. Jalen Ramsey is an alpha. You know what I'm saying? So Mike Tomlin is most definitely the alpha on the coaching staff. So I wanted to see how that was going to go. And there seems to be like a lot of mutual respect all the way around on that team. I don't think the Jets are that far off, but they still got some things to figure out. That's just how I'm.
Bro, you know what's funny? And I made this mistake in another league, but when it comes to the Pittsburgh Steelers, bro, I forgot that they have Arthur Smith as their offensive coordinator. Because if I would have remembered that, I would have not drafted any Pittsburgh Steeler players because that dude was a menace on the Atlanta Falcons for fantasy football. He had Bijan Robinson and never gave him the ball. He had Kyle Pitts and said, you know what? We're going to throw it to the other tight end. That guy was an absolute menace. And what does he do the very first game? He's got their young rookie, Caleb Johnson, that I know a lot of people out there in fantasy land went out and drafted. And he starts giving it to Kenneth Gainwell over and over again. You guys know out there in fantasy land the legendary Kenneth Gainwell because he's that great of a player over and over again. And then Jalen, what the starting running back had to fight for carries.
Yeah, he
Caleb,
did.
it was ridiculous, but it wasn't surprising. Where I was there, like, man, this is a weird way that they're divvying up the carries. And then I was there, like, oh wait a minute, their offensive coordinator. They showed him on the sideline. It's Arthur Smith. This guy is clueless. He doesn't give it to the star players at all. And so, yeah, I'm out on all Steelers players. They had a good game. And we're going to talk about DK Metcalf a little later because I don't think he really did much. But hey, they ended up winning the game, so kudos to them. But the Steelers they always find a way to win. I mean, maybe even Arthur Smith can't mess that up. But
Well,
you
yeah,
want to jump?
give him time.
Yeah, we'll see.
Give him time,
Man,
man.
the 500 record on deck.
I don't know. All right, y'all ready to jump into the next topic?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Let's get into it, man.
Throw it up.
All right.
This was interesting, guys, and I don't know what you guys are going to say about this because we didn't like have our conversation. But there is a new sheriff in Indianapolis. Obviously, rest in peace, to Ursay. I think Peyton Manning gave a moving tribute at the first game of the season in Indy for the late Colts owner. But the new Colts owner, Carly Ursay Gordon, has been spotted on the sideline with a headset on. Now, when asked, about like why is she, a owner, on the sidelines with a headset, she said, and I quote, "I need to be able to say, is this person full of BS? Do they even know what they're talking about? Do you?" And so she's listening to the play calls. She's trying to learn these play calls. Now, some think this is a sign of a potential meddling owner. But I mean, what do you guys think? Do you think it's the sign of a future confidence in Indy? The fact that someone knows what they're doing about, or what is a good coaching or good standard, or hire your people and let them be great, right? Stay out of the way. What say you? I'll start it off with Dave since he's the resident Colts fan here as well as me.
All right. So you asked this question. You texted us the other day and asked us this question, and you're like, Dave, how do you guys feel about this? I absolutely love this, and
Hmm.
and I'm going to tell you why I love it. I love it from the standpoint of she's a female coming into a male dominated space. All right, and no disrespect to the Ford family, but when you see the owners like the Fords and um, the people who inherit the team, from their father, grandfather, whatever, and they're a bit older. They don't really know how to relate. They kind of and I get it. They figure we don't want to get in the way. My job is to finance the team, own the team, do it. Make sure there is a team, and we just kind of stay out of the way. And then if they win a championship and they go up on the podium, you see how stiff they are and how unrelatable they are. They may have a genuine love for the players and for the coaches and the staff or whatever, but you could just feel like that though the people in the building don't only see the owner like maybe 3 times a year. You know what I'm saying? And so um I like this from a standpoint of as a young female owner, she's not afraid, first of all, to be out there and to establish. I won't say her dominance, but she's going to establish her authority. I am the owner. I may own this team with my siblings, but I'm the one. If anybody has to worry about anything, is worry about me because I'm the one. Now she could go along and she could listen to all of the nonsense that she's being pumped from the people that want to keep their jobs. Like our sorry GM, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna spoon feed her a bunch of nonsense so he could keep his job. Oh, this person's great. Oh, they're great at what they do. If they're so great, then why did we keep finishing where we're finishing? So for me, this clearly states everyone is on notice. I'm in the building. I don't know any of you guys. And even if I do know you, I don't know you. You know what I'm saying? She may know them in passing and know them because of who her father was, and her father's, she's around and she's shaking hands and stuff like that. And then pretty much she's ghost. She's not around. But now it's everything falls on her. And not only that, she's a very social media conscious owner because she even before she took on that role before her father passed away, she was on social media. She was interacting with fans, always interacting with fans, telling the fans, we hear you and blah blah blah, and fans can relate to her. So she has the fans' faith and the fans' belief because she's always shown to be one of those people that communicates with the fans, and she shows how much she appreciates them. And I think that she wants to bring that into her leadership role, not be like her father um and just rule on blind faith and rule because I think this person's a nice, he's a nice person. Nice people don't fill the seats. Fans fill the seats. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't have a good product on the field, you're not going to have fans in the seats. So for me, I like this because she's establishing herself as the authority at around the shoe.
Right.
Everything when it comes to the shoe, the buck stops with her. So I like this from the standpoint that you could be the GM, you could be the concession people, you could be the people on the sideline, the staff on the side, the trainers or whatever. She's a presence, and she's wearing the headset because she wants people to know I'm listening to everything that's going on, and if I have questions and if I hear mistakes being made, if I feel like okay, I know football somewhat, I grew up around it. If I hear something and I'm like, I hear some division between the coaches and the arguing and there's just like disconnect and stuff, she's gonna hear all that stuff. And she's gonna take that stuff into account. And it's gonna help her to make her decision about who stays and who doesn't. So
Couldn't agree more.
this and
But
I hope it continues.
Zeke, as the resident Cowboys fan here, who has some experience with a meddling owner, uh, what do you think, man? Do you need to warn us as a Cowboys fan what we might be in for after hearing something like this?
Bruh, I'm glad you started with that because I was gonna start with that. I gave the best years of my fandom to a team who had nothing but a melee on. I've been watching that Cowboys documentary on Netflix, and from the jump, Jerry has been in the way, in my opinion. Um, so as somebody who is tired of seeing the owner doing too much, the only time I want to see the owner on the field is at the end of the season holding up a Lombardi trophy. That's it. Um, I don't mind her having a headset on. Do it from the coaching booth up at the top of the stadium or do it from the owner suite. Hook her up with a headset there. I don't need to see any owners on the field. Um, it's too much. You own the team. Your job is to write checks and put the right people in place to run the team. We had this problem with Al Davis and being in the way too much and doing too much, and we've had this problem from the jump with Jerry Jones. I don't want to see owners on the field. Robert Kraft was hardly ever on the field. We didn't hear from Robert Kraft. My man got a fist and a half full of Super Bowl rings because he put the right people in place to run the team. Um, you can hear everything that you're hearing on the headset. You can hear that from the owner's suite. You don't need to be on the field. You're doing too much. You go sit in the booth. You do all that getting to know you stuff Monday through Saturday. On Sundays, let the players and the coaches and the equipment managers be on the field, play the game. You got something you don't like, address it afterwards. But I don't need to be sitting there having an argument with my offensive coordinator, and then I turn around and I got the owner staring at us in the middle of the fourth quarter when we're trying to conduct the game-winning drive. I don't need that pressure. Get out of the way, lady.
You
And
actually do
for
need that
for
pressure.
anybody, no,
You
I
do
don't
need
need
that
that
pressure.
because I don't need to turn around and see you staring a hole through me because either you don't agree with it or you don't understand it or what's going. Just get out the way. We'll talk about it afterwards. Get off the field. Get out of the way. Let you hire me to run this team from a managerial standpoint, let me do that. You don't like the job I'm doing, all right, get rid of me. But you can determine you don't like the job from the owner's booth. You don't have to be on the field. Getting to know you Monday through Saturday. You want to come sit in the practices? You want to sit in on coaches meetings or whatever? Cool. Sunday, get out of the way.
You know what's funny is that I I was gonna say that basically my take is Dave's take, right? And I don't really feel like I need to add too much for that. But I will say this: I want to reserve the right to have the exact same take as Zeke. But right now, my take is Dave's, but I reserve the right to have Zeke's take because I want to wait
Well,
and see
because
what.
we're coming, like you said, like we're coming from two different ends of the spectrum where you really didn't have y'all didn't have to deal with well, I can't even say Dave. You said you stopped being a Cowboy fans the day he fired Tom Landry, and that was
Yeah.
before his first season as manager. So you haven't had to deal with Jerry being in the way. Like Jerry's the reason we haven't been to the Super Bowl in 30 years, but he won't tell you that. He won't listen to that. So I hope you guys have different luck, but. If this is the beginning of her ownership as principal owner or whatever her title is, if this is how she's gonna run it, I hope it works for you. But I don't know, man.
Well, yeah, I think it's important for to have the person in charge at least somewhat knowledgeable in football operations. It depends on how much they meddle. And, I think it's important for her to kind of have at least a baseline understanding of who she should hire and, based on some type of knowledge. So I tend
She
to
has to
agree
be on
with
the
Dave.
sideline during the games to hear. I mean, you don't see.
And that's why I reserve the
Hold on
right
a
to
second.
completely agree with
I
you.
got a
Because
That, that's
question.
that's that's like
I'm
having
kind of like,
Yo,
Dolan on the sideline sitting next to Mike Woodson during a
bro,
basketball game. Like being up in the stands or wherever he sits is one thing, but having him on the sideline,
yeah.
bro,
listening in on the huddles and giving input or whatever. Nah, man, get out the way. Let us do our job.
bro. Jeannie Buss sits right next to the bench, bro.
Yeah, so does James Dolan
Okay,
sometimes too.
Steve Ballmer sat
are they
right
in the
underneath
huddle?
the
Are they in the
basket.
huddle meddling though? She walking around with a starter jacket and a headset on like she's part of the coaching staff, man.
She
Get out
listening.
of here.
She's
You
listening.
can
She's just
listen from the
listening though.
owner's
She
booth.
just
Get out of
listening.
here.
What about Mark Cuban? Always meddling in the games and stuff.
He
Hey, he
don't
got a
own the
chip,
team no
but I
more.
only got one.
But did he do it?
Was he in the huddle? Was he calling timeouts for the coaches? How much
Bro,
meddling was he doing during the game?
he
Bro, he
was
was dapping up
meddling.
the
He was
players
meddling
like
with
during the game and everything. Yeah.
if there was squabbles on the court, he was jumping up from his seat, running down to the sideline. Now he didn't touch anybody, but he was running down there hoping to get the players
You
separated.
know how much flack he caught for the
Wasn't this
type of ownership style he had? Don't use
huh?
Mark Cuban as the example. He caught a lot of flack for his ownership style. People used to tell him all the time to stop meddling. That's what we're doing
So
with her.
so owners should sit in the book. What about MJ? When MJ first took over the Bobcats, he used to sit on the sideline all the time.
Was he in the huddle? Was
No,
he in there
is
talking to the
she
coaches,
in the
calling
huddle?
timeouts, calling play? She got the headset on. She hear everything that's going on. You could do that from the booth. Get out the way.
Okay, so what's the difference in her having the headset on in the booth and having it on the sideline?
I don't have your presence on the sideline. You want to hear this? Go. You can listen to it from up top. I don't need to turn around and see you pacing back and forth like you waiting on your wife to give birth in the maternity ward.
Arthur
Like,
Blank be on the sideline all the time at Falcons games.
okay, if we were talking about Arthur Blank, guess what I would say? Get in the booth.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
let's
the
keep it
dude owned
moving
the
on this
building,
one.
bro. She owned the building, man.
Okay, go
We'll
be in
see
the
how it
building
works
in the
out.
booth.
We'll see how it works out for the Colts, but game one is a good sign already. Apparently, they had lit a little
Y'all had the
fire under
fortune
their
of playing the
butts.
Dolphins in game one.
Yo, the
They
game.
look like
I'm gonna tell you why it worked out. It's because all of those all those plays to the rookie, she was calling them, man. She's like, get the rook involved. I
we
know
just
Zeke don't want
drafted
to hear
Tyler
that.
Warren. Get him the ball. That's
Get
right.
Tyler the ball now.
Good luck
Alright.
to you.
Get the rook involved.
uh, let's keep it moving. Can you throw that next graphic up on the screen, Dave?
Yeah, you ready for it?
Yes, sir.
All right, brother.
This is
Let's
going to
do
be
it.
interesting. I wonder, if anyone out there has their own opinion. Feel free to chime in here. But I saw this on, shout out to MGM Grant. They posted this as far as one of their odds bets, and I was there like, you know what? This is actually really interesting. But which contract you think will age worse? And they got six different contracts here. Two of them are actually with the Steelers, surprisingly. But they got that Brock Purdy contract, that Parsons massive contract he just signed with Green Bay. Of course, TJ Watt, Jamar Chase, the excellent wide receiver for the Cincinnati Bengals. That was a no show this past week. Miles Garrett, and then DK Metcalf. Um, Guys, out of those contracts, what do you think is the worst one that they handed out? I'll start with you, Z.
Brock Purdy.
You said that with your chest too. Why
Easily.
Brock Purdy?
Dude, to me, I don't think he's the real deal. I think he's a flash in the pan. He has some good moments, and there was like, ooh, we got to pay him because he's the next man up. That's gonna backfire on them hardcore. You remember what happened when the Seahawks had to pay Russ?
Oof, do we ever?
That whole team fell apart, all right? The 49ers weren't winning because of Brock Purdy. They were winning because of the supporting cast, but we know how that goes. You get a couple wins, you make a couple flashes in the playoffs, and the quarterback is the one that has to get paid. So, yeah, sorry about your luck, 49ers, but it's a wrap. Enjoy that
You got a
team.
close second. What do you think would be the
Uh,
second place?
33 mil for DK Metcalf. Who's going to be throwing? He's in Pittsburgh, right?
Yeah,
Who's going to be throwing on the ball when A-Rod retires?
Arch Manning.
Mason Rudolph.
Yeah, okay. My close second is DK Metcalf.
Okay, it's a good point. Dave, who you got, brother? It's
All right.
hard to argue with him.
This one was tough, man, because first of all, we all know NFL contracts are not fully guaranteed. There's only so much money that's guaranteed. I think Michael Parsons, 100 million of his is guaranteed with some signing bonus money in there included in that. Um, it's got to be Brock Purdy, and I'm gonna tell you that it's not even the length of it; it's the injuries, man. He's just he is his shins will not outlive this contract, bro.
Damn.
And he's a mess. It's just not
Oh, got
gonna.
weak shins. Dang.
I'm just I'm just picking the bone that hurts the most, man, when it gets
Bro,
hit.
your shins is weak.
So I'm
Oh
going with
man.
I don't know, Shinless Purdy for first, and then I would have to, if I got to pick a second one, man, I would say, I don't know. Michael Parsons is young. He's 26. Um, TJ Watt is a beast. And how long is TJ Watt's contract? Do we know?
That's a good question. I don't know.
It's all good. TJ Watt tends to get hurt too, man.
But when he's on the field, Steelers win. Look at all the stats. He's
I
on the field, you
3 years.
lost.
3 year contract. 108 fully guaranteed.
bro, that's like saying when my dog not biting people, he's a good dog. You know what I'm saying? You know, what are you doing when he's on the field? That's the thing. That's why the contract is iffy because he has on the field, staying on the field issues. You know, um, I don't know, man. I feel like if you want to reverse it, I feel like the safest contracts on here would be Miles Garrett, believe it or not, and Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase because of age, and Miles Garrett because Miles Garrett has just always been there, bro. I've never really heard of Miles Garrett being injured and not being able to compete. You know,
As long as he not popping Mason
as long
Rudolph
as
upside the head with a
right,
helmet.
as long as you're not beating people to death with his helmet, it's all good.
Yeah. I agree I actually agree with Zeke's take like completely. That was going to be my take, what Zeke said. But just to add a little context, when you pay a quarterback that much money, he has to be able to elevate the rest of the team because you're not going to be able to sign that supporting cast. And I think that was kind of what Zeke was saying, but that's what we're seeing with the 49ers, which is why when I did the rankings of how I thought that team was going to finish, I ranked them really low because I just don't see the supporting cast that they used to have that made them so dominant. And I was banking on the fact that Christian McCaffrey was probably going to be injured. And so far, not right on that. They won their first game. Kudos to them. But now the rest of their squad got injured. So that was kind of where I was at. My second one probably was DK as well. But Micah Parsons was really close to that.
You've
And I
been
know that
hating on
might,
Micah Parsons ever since you say he wasn't getting traded.
bro, the only reason is that contract. I mean, you got to think of it like this. If you're paying Micah that much, then and eventually they're going to have to pay Jordan Love. You can't sign anyone else to big dollars, and so it's like, I mean, do we think Jordan Love is going to be able to elevate the rest of that squad to that kind of degree? I don't think so, man. I don't think so. So I think that's going to put them back a little bit because they're not going to be able to get that kind of talent, that high level talent in there when you're paying someone that much or two people that much money. And once they give
Here's the
Jordan Love the bag, it's a wrap.
here's the thing I noticed about that Green Bay defense that I kind of wish the Cowboys had while Micah was there. Um, Micah didn't really have that supporting cast in Dallas on defense that he has in Green Bay. I was watching that game, and it's like you got to pick and choose who you're gonna double team. And when they double team Micah, if he wasn't beating the double team by himself, somebody was beating that one on one, and they were pressuring the quarterback all night, and he just draws that type of attention. In Dallas, you could triple team Micah Parsons, and the quarterback could sit in the pocket and do pirouettes and make snow angels if he wanted to because there was just nobody else on that line that was putting pressure on the quarterback. So I think you pay Micah Parsons that money for his presence if you have the team that can help him out. That type of force on that defense that'll draw eyes and free other people up to wreak havoc. So yeah, he might not even if he doesn't get 20 sacks, it'll kind of be like sacks accounted for. Just like in basketball when the point guard gets credit for whatever points they get off the assist. All right, he had 12 sacks, but he also freed people up to get 12 of their own. So Parsons accounted for 24 sacks. Boom. I think it's worth it. So he'll be all right.
Yeah. All right, Dave. Let's go to the weekly roundup.
All right, man, let's do it. You ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, so let me do this. I'm gonna drop the list in the chat for you, so that way it's a little easier to follow, brother. Give me 1 second here.
I see it.
Got you. All right, cool. Let me get the ticker going, man. Give me 1 second. You go ahead and start it off. I'll get the ticker going.
All right. So this past week we saw the 2025 Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame induct their latest members into the Basketball Hall of Fame. Headline by my man, Knicks legend Carmelo Anthony. And so shout out to Carmelo Anthony for making it to. I think he's going in as a Knick too, not as a Nugget, right?
Would
You
make
know what? I don't
sense.
even know. I really don't. I
Because
don't.
I
I
know he
wouldn't be
said some
surprised.
really nice things about New York. I think he should go in as a Knick. Although maybe I mean it's debatable. You could say his best years were with the Nuggets, but um,
Nah.
you think his best years were with the Knicks? See?
As much as I nostalgia has me thinking about him and AI in that baby blue Nuggets uniform rocking the cornrows, but when I think Melo, is unfortunately
New
in
York.
the blue and orange.
Yeah,
Okay,
and
so
so also too, going into that class was so Carmelo Anthony, Dwight Howard, uh, Sue Bird, Maya Moore, and Sylvia
Sylvia
Fowles,
Fowles, Billy
Billy
Donovan,
Donovan,
Mickey Harrison.
yeah,
This is a good
Danny
class, man.
Crawford.
Danny
God bless
Crawford,
Danny Crawford, man. And then the 2008 U.S. Olympic men's team, the Redeem
the
team.
Redeem Team.
That's kind of an embarrassing name because we should never have had to have a Redeem team, but whatever, you know.
yeah. Speaking of blue and orange, rest in peace to former Mets manager Davey Johnson.
Yes, sir. Man, I know y'all sad about that, man. He was probably y'all last hope to get back to the World Series, man.
I was waiting for that.
I'm just saying though,
Dang,
y'all
man,
could have should have called him. You should have called him up, man. Y'all didn't
he
know.
was the last
Y'all
Mets
didn't know
manager
he
to
was
win a
on
World Series.
huh?
He was the
Y'all didn't
last
know.
Mets manager to win a World Series. Huh?
Y'all should have hit
Shout out
him
to
up, man,
Davey.
for some ideas, man. For
Rochester Red Wings legend, Braves legend. Davey got around.
oh man.
Yeah, MLB legend. And so Mike Tyson and Floyd. Let's get into this. Mike Tyson and
I
Floyd
got a
Oh
question.
Mayweather.
God.
I got a question. I got a question.
What? How many days has it been? You want to know?
No, 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 no. It's more of a statement, and then y'all can go ahead and talk about it. I think I'm mad that we've mentioned this fight twice, and we haven't mentioned Crawford Alvarez. which is going
We
to be
did.
this
We mentioned when
weekend.
it first got announced.
Yeah, but I'm saying like in this episode, like this fight is happening Saturday, and we've already mentioned Tyson Mayweather twice.
What?
That's
It's this Saturday, bro.
yeah, this
Hey, we
Saturday.
watching that. We watching it.
I'm gonna be at
We
a wedding. I
there.
might not watch it. I don't know.
Forget the wedding, man. This only happens once.
Whoa, I've been waiting a long
Oh,
time for this wedding. Chill,
oh, oh.
Whose wedding is this?
Zamfia.
Oh, give her. Okay, and give her a shout out then, right?
Give her a
Tyson and
shout out.
Floyd
You just said
Mayweather.
forget her wedding, bro. What you do? Make up
Facts.
your mind.
My bad. My bad. She. I don't want her to. I don't want her to get me. And so, yeah, Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather. We just jump right back into it. Um,
I'm good. Y'all can have my
bro,
time on
that's
that. I'm good.
isn't that insane? Then we get enough of Mike Tyson in the ring. Personally, I did.
I got enough of Mike Tyson when he was backstage.
I
So I, I'm good.
think the world got enough of Mike Tyson.
Yo,
Oh man, Mike. I think Mike heard
This
it
is
for
just
money or
another money
something.
grab. It's a
Them
money
one man
grab,
shows
man.
ain't cutting it no more.
it's sad, man.
But
That's all I'm gonna say
but
about
it's like it's a lose lose situation in my opinion. Because if one of them looks just pathetic and just gets destroyed, it's gonna be like, why'd you take out a legend like that?
Well, we already know Floyd's reputation. Floyd not getting hit. It's
Floyd's not losing that fight. He's not gonna get his
absolutely
first
not.
loss to
It's
Mike
gonna be
Tyson.
it's gonna be them dancing around the ring.
That's right.
Mike gonna throw some slow jabs and uppercuts, and Floyd just gonna dance around him. He gonna jump in and pat pat, and then duck and dodge, and it's gonna be that for 10 rounds, and everybody's gonna be like,
10 rounds.
"Boo!"
Mike gonna be passed out by the fourth round, man. Are you kidding me?
Bro, am I the only one who feels when I heard this fight announces they're like, all right, at this point, I feel like we have to be better than this. We should not be buying a Mike Tyson Floyd Mayweather fight because it's a money
Yo,
grab.
it's free, isn't it?
It better
Oh,
be
is that the one that's
live
free?
on.
Is that
I don't
going on
know,
Netflix?
I don't know.
probably.
I don't even care, bro. I really don't, man.
Oh my goodness.
It's so bad, man. It's
All
ridiculous.
right, well, we got to be better than that. And so we'll be better than that for y'all. And we'll move on to the next one. Anthony Rizzo is retiring as a member of the Cubs after 14 MLB season.
Yes, sir.
Most notably, he broke the curse in Chicago. So he's a Cubs legend. He was there when the Cubs won their first World Series in what it was like 102 years,
It was
something
forever.
like that. It was
That
forever,
darn
ever.
Billy Goat.
Hmm.
And so, yeah. So shout out to Rizzo. And for those who don't remember way back, he also played on the Yankees for a little bit. He did his thing there for a little bit as well. All right, so three NCAA men's basketball players conspired in gambling scheme. I feel like this is like a weekly topic now. Like we're hearing about this every single week.
We're gonna continue to hear about it, man, because it's a real thing, and I've continued to say this since the whole gambling thing started, bro. Like these networks and these big organizations are getting in bed with these gambling companies, man. And I don't care, man. Like we're not a podcast. Eventually, hopefully, one day we'll have some sponsorships. Gambling won't be a part of it because it's just not something that we believe in. You know what I'm saying? It's like we're men of faith, and our podcast. We act crazy sometimes, but we're all men of faith, and we have faith based topics on our podcast. And gambling will not be a part of our podcast. If any of you see any ads running, during replays of this podcast that have to do with gambling, let us know because we're absolutely not about the gambling side of things. And what bothers me the most about it is that they're interjecting this into these to video games now, man. You got you know, FanDuel and DraftKings logos all over the arena floors and and 2K, basketball and stuff. And it's just like the storylines and stuff have to do with DraftKings and FanDuel being involved. It's so ridiculous, and they they can't get out of their own way and see. what they're doing and the I'll call it the epidemic that they're causing with people becoming addicted to gambling. And it's not just in sports, bro. It's even coming to the car collecting side, man, with brakes and and just high end boxes and stuff like that. It's all over the place, and it's disgusting. And that's
Well,
just my on it, man.
that's a great segue then, Dave, because the very next topic in our roundup is the Fanatics Fest 2026 is being held in New York City the same weekend as the World Cup final.
Yeah. So you guys know what that means. I think about maybe 5 or 6 episodes back, I said, "Yeah, guys, I'm going to the. I think I'm gonna go to Fanatics Fest next year. I think I'm gonna check it out and blah blah." Guess what, guys? Dave in the Cut is not going to Fanatics Fest. It's a it's a wrap on that, bro. I will not be there. Hotels will be 3x what they normally are. Uber rides will be 3x. The food will be 3x. The traffic will be 3x. It's gonna be ridiculous in New York City, man. The World Cup
Yep.
final, who would have thought, man? Oh, it's Michael Rubin. No wonder.
Yep.
It's Sir Greed a lot. So what are you gonna do? You know?
Yeah.
Who else has an
So,
opinion on that? Nobody? Good.
nah. Spectator is banned from all NFL stadiums after putting his hands on the Ravens player. This was at the Sunday night game. For those of you who didn't see, it was pandemonium in that stadium at the end. But I think it was after like a touchdown, maybe that Derrick Henry got, right? Fan pushed,
I
not
thought they
just
were
Derrick
walking off the
Henry.
field at the end.
Was it walking off the field? I thought it was even during the game.
I
Maybe
don't
it
know.
was walking
I
off the
think I
field.
think it was during the game
Oh,
because
okay.
they cut to him after it showed the clip and Collinsworth was like, "You absolutely can't do that." Blah blah blah.
Right. And so, like, yeah, because they would have been happy at the end of the game. They won. I think it was during the game. They pushed not just Derrick Henry, but then Lamar Jackson pushed back, man. And so when I saw that, I was there like, NFL is going to have to take Lamar Jackson's side no matter what on this
Heck
because
yeah,
they're
man.
not going to want to lose their
Man,
cash cow.
there are so many Buffalo fans that are mad that kid did that to Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
They're like they're irate about that. That's not really Buffalo, man. Buffalo is wild, but when it comes to like the opposing players and stuff, the fans never touch the opposing players and do stuff like that, man.
While I disagree on that, I will say this though.
What do you
Like,
disagree
bro,
on, man?
Buffalo fans is wild, bro. It's not a safe place to take your kids. I've been to multiple NFL stadiums, and before I went to like when I lived in Rochester, the only NFL stadium I went to at that time was Buffalo. And I remember telling my dad, I was there like, you know what? NFL games are not fun to go to because it just was not fun to go watch and root for any other team in that stadium. And Buffalo Bills fan may be proud of this. I don't think this is anything to be proud of. It's not fun to go root for any other team in that stadium except the Buffalo Bills because the fans are so discourteous and the stadium is outdoors and it's so miserable. I'd rather watch it on a TV. And then I go down south and I watch a game in Carolina. And that game was amazing and the fans were very cordial. It was a great place, and I was there like, you know what? The weather is nice. I can actually see the field because I don't got all this snow flying in front of my face. It was like I actually like going to an NFL game. I didn't think I did. It was one of those sports for me where it was more fun to watch on TV than in person. And then all of a sudden I went to Carolina game. I was there like, maybe that's not the case. And then I went to Indianapolis game and I was there like, you know what? This is not the case. The problem is Buffalo. They got a horrible stadium and they got to be like discourteous, horrible fans, man. But
Let me just say this: the views being expressed right now are not the views of all of the guests of the show. Please do not smash my windows or scrape trash my car, scrape my car, key my car. That is Chris Peasy making those statements right there.
they just mad because they never won a championship. They just mad because they ain't as good as the Indianapolis Colts historically or this year. They only could beat their team by 1 point. They only beat the Ravens by one, bro. We beating teams by over 20. Let's go.
So let me ask you a quick question, Z. So you know I like to do this kind of thing. So are we sure that Ron Washington isn't like Lamar Jackson's dad or grandfather or something? Yo, why this dude look like Ron Washington, man?
Yo,
Am I lying though? I was trying to find a pic of him up
there's
at the
definitely a resemblance there, man.
Bro,
huh?
you're gonna have most of the audience going to Google to find out who the heck Ron Washington is. First off,
And they gonna
they're
That's
look
like,
at
what
who
the
the heck
wrong
makes
is?
me think,
picture.
bro. But I'm
You
saying
gotta
though,
throw that baseball card up there, man.
I wish I could find
They're
that joint, man. Let me
like, we know who Ron Washington is, but you're gonna have half the audience like, who's Ron Washington?
hold up.
Right.
I'm gonna find Ron Washington's card, man.
But yo,
Oh my
keep it real. Just staying on this last topic before we bounce. Um, if that was anyone else on the depth chart that pushed that fan back, you think they're getting cut? I think they're not just if they're low on the depth chart, they're not just getting fined, they're getting cut. They're getting
And you know
released
what?
from the team.
I hate that because you're probably right, but that's not the right message to send. The message to you back in that situation, you need to back your players because there is no way that fan should have been reaching over. I mean, you listen. I have no problem with the way Lamar reacted, and if Lamar was the third string kicker, I wouldn't have a problem with the way he reacted because you just don't do that. You don't. We talk about it in basketball all the time. Fans get too involved. Baseball, we saw earlier this year where, or was it last year in the World Series, where dude tried to rip the glove off of Mookie Betts,
yeah,
the
man.
goofy Yankees fan. They tried to rip the glove off of Mookie Betts when he reached into foul territory to catch the ball. You don't do that. So yeah, every now and then, like you have Mookie just pointing up in the stands, yelling and screaming. Every now and then, you're gonna get somebody that's gonna put two in your chest and say, "Yo, back up before you get smacked up." So yeah, if they would have cut the third string kicker, which you're probably right, they probably would have, but that would have been dead wrong on their part, in my opinion.
Yeah. That's immediately the thought that went into my head when I saw that. I was there like, it's very fortunate that that incident, if it was going to happen to any player on the field, that it happened to Lamar because they're not touching that guy. He's untouchable. Anyone else on that roster, they getting cut, bro.
And you know
They
what?
getting
The
cut.
fan might be fortunate that it was Lamar because anyone else on that roster is like, "Yo, I'm about to get cut, so I might as well go for broke." And they might pull a Latrell Sprewell on you. You never know. Not Latrell Sprewell, Ron Artest, and jump up in the stands and give you everything they got. So you never
But
know.
see, but when you bring up Ron Artest, that might be the reason why you should also take discipline against Lamar Jackson. I'm not advocating for that. I'm just saying like Ron Artest got suspended as a result. It's not like he went into the stands unprovoked. He was hit, and then he went into the stands.
Well,
Same thing
he
like
also fought the wrong person, so there's that.
yeah, there's that too. But he was hit, so it wasn't an unprovoked situation. Very similar to Lamar Jackson. It wasn't an unprovoked situation, but the thought process was Ron Artest. Even if that fan hits you, you don't go into the stands. You don't fight back. How is that any different from Lamar Jackson? But he's
Well,
untouchable.
okay, in the Ron Artest situation, it was if a fan had reached out like while they were in the huddle and smacked him upside the head, and Ron Artest turned around and beat him down, I think it would have been different than a fan throwing a cup of water at him from 5 rows back.
We
I
see that
think if
happen
it
all
was,
the time.
huh?
We see that happen all the time. NFL's has stories of players in Philly getting hit with batteries.
Yeah,
Players
okay,
in
but
Buffalo getting hit with snowballs. Sometimes those things
okay,
hurt.
you talking about batters, you talking about snowballs, but somebody actually put their hands on me. You can suspend me as much as you want. I'm fighting back. You throw a cup of water on me. All right, that's I don't like it, but I'm not running up in the stands at you. But if we're in the huddle or if I'm on the sideline waiting for an inbound or whatever, and I feel somebody smack me upside the head and I turn around and I identify that as you, all right, timeout. I got to go handle something.
Bro, Lamar Jackson got hit like 100 times worse during the game than the way that fan hit him. It was on the helmet.
By players. Don't do that, Chris. Don't do that.
Peasy,
I
come
mean,
on,
it's
man.
just facts.
Don't do that, Chris. You almost got me. You almost got me. Don't do that.
Hey
I
yo,
I don't think we got anything else on the topic list here. Um,
we actually do.
He
So
oh,
found it.
here we
relax.
go.
My man look like
Ron
Shona.
Washington. Guys, this is Lamar Jackson's father, Ron
Yo, man,
Washington.
stop! Don't do that.
We're
Don't
not
get
gonna
us
get
sued, man.
sued.
Oh my
Don't
god.
do that. This is not. This is not Lamar Jackson's father, yo. But all I said was convince me that this dude is not related to him.
Who's the master? Kiss my
Oh, God.
Converse.
Oh,
Yo.
Oh man.
I'm not gonna
Yo,
lie
why is
though.
it?
I'm loving seeing this picture right now because it's taking me back to all of my boxes and binders of old baseball
yo,
cards that are
man,
probably worth a nickel a piece, but you couldn't tell me I wasn't gonna get rich off of those cards one day.
for real, man.
I don't understand this. I don't
89
understand.
Don
Ron
was still
Washington
good.
is like 70 something years old today. And I
And he
promise
looks
you,
younger now than he did in those cards.
he looks younger now than he did. That you can't tell me that baseball player ain't at least 70.
Yo,
Yo, my man got that Benjamin Button.
yo, this is from 80. This is from 89, man. Okay.
Oh
So,
my goodness.
all right. So you do the math, man. Do the mathematics.
Yo, y'all know the story of what's his name? Dorian Gray, the dude who
Hmm.
he gets younger while the picture gets older.
Yeah.
This is Dorian Gray right here.
Oh my goodness.
Yo,
That's crazy.
Washington's so much
Ron
younger now, man. It's crazy. I had to show this, bro. I'm sorry. I
Yeah,
don't know.
but you know what?
That's
Like if he was a part of this generation, that hair, he that'd be braided.
Facts.
absolutely. He has some cornrows with a giant, but you know there's a bald spot under that hat.
Facts. And there's a lot of drip on that jersey right
Let your
He got the
soul
George Jetson
glow.
under that hat,
He
man.
got that soul glow, bro.
now. He had to get a hat, a new hat every week, bro. I guarantee you.
Wow,
That's
that's
crazy.
crazy.
Anyhow,
That's crazy.
Dang, Ron, he looks. Oh my god, yo, he was that booger sugar or something. I don't know, man.
we done, man. Leave
Okay,
Ron
Yeah,
alone, man.
yeah. We
okay.
roasting these cats.
You know what though? I've said it before. I'll say it again. I miss him being our
Man,
third base coach and being on our look. Ron Washington, Eric Young, Kevin Seitzer, Sal Fasano, not having those dudes on our staff, man, that's a big part of why we've been struggling for the past couple years. But I
and God
digress.
bless Ron Washington, man. He's actually managing the Los Angeles Angels this
The
currently, but
Sacramento Angels,
yeah.
or no, I'm sorry, I'm
No,
sorry.
it's
I'm thinking his days with the
thinking
A's. You're
about
right. He's with
the
the Angels.
athletics.
You're right.
But
You're right. You're right.
he's right now he's dealing with some health issues. He had to actually right before the All Star game, I believe it was he had to stop managing. He was dealing with some health issues. So I know we sitting up here joking and stuff like that. But we talk about Ron Washington all the time. We love Ron Washington because this man is a true developer of talent. He loves
Absolutely.
working with young players. He had some struggles over his life, as most recently within the last 10 years. With drugs, he dealt with drugs, through his life, and he had some stumbling blocks, while he was managing still, and he had to step away, and he was able to kind of break, have a resurgence with the Atlanta Braves and all the players, younger, veteran players. They all love him.
Well,
Everybody.
he took the Rangers to the World Series.
He sure did, man. He
Like
sure did.
Ron is a
He
great
that dude, man.
manager. He's a great coach. He's a great teacher, and his players love him, man. He
Yeah.
was out. I think he had heart surgery. I want to say I don't know if it was quadruple bypass, but it was one of them bypasses. He had heart surgery, so it was something serious. But he's on the mend. They expect him to be back next year. So
Oh,
Of
okay,
course,
cool.
I mean the most interesting accomplishment on the back of the baseball card is being one of the first human beings that after he was born, he actually drove his mom home from the hospital.
oh god, Chris, I hate you, dude.
Come on, man. We over here trying
Oh,
to get this
shit.
dude his flowers, man. Y'all, you wild, man.
Yo, time
Right.
out, time out. So hold on. That picture. So the '89 cards were for the '88 season. He was like 36 years old in that picture.
Was he really?
Yeah. God, dog.
Can we
Life
stop,
was
man?
not kind to my boy.
Yo,
Cocaine is a powerful drug.
All right, wrap it up.
it's a wrap, man.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna advocate for it to happen today, man. We gotta get out of here.
Oh man. Yeah, but with all the fun that we had, we'd be remiss not to give a shout out for hey, tomorrow, September 11th. Day remembers for the tragedy that happened in this country, and just the crazy violence, man. Go out there, spend time with your kids, spend time with your family. Make sure that you pray. Make sure that you know that you're always ready. You never know what's going to happen. Obviously, the country is still reeling from what happened today with Charlie Kirk being assassinated. When he was out in Utah. So prayers go up to him and to his family. And so hug your loved ones. Make sure that you're ready to go because we don't. Tomorrow's not promised to anyone. And so, obviously, we don't really get into politics on this podcast, but this is a Christian podcast for the most part. And so we recognize, someone who is actually evangelizing out there the word of God. So, um, that's really all I got to say on that, unless you guys want to add any 2 cents on that.
Nah, I just want to say, man, regardless of how we feel about, the different things that's going on politically, in our country, man, socially and whatnot. Um, you know, Charlie Kirk was a father and he was a husband. He had two small children, man, and those children are not going to see their father anymore. You know what I'm saying? His wife's going to have to carry that torch and deal with the heartache that's going to come for the next for decades for those kids. You know what I'm saying? So, um, like Peasy said, we clown around a lot, but we are a Christian podcast, and whenever we um, whenever the topic comes up, we will elevate Christ and talk about Christ. And I just want everybody to keep Charlie Kirk's family in prayer, regardless of, like I said, regardless of like what your political stance is. His children don't deserve to grow up without a father, especially in this way. So I just wanted to put that out there.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking what our country is going through right now. But hey, we're in a depraved generation. You know what I mean? We're all lost without Christ, and so like, man, yeah. Shout out to the homies. So, thank you for joining us. We'll
Yes.
be back here, next week. Break down, maybe the happenings of week 2. Maybe talk a little fantasy football if I could get the guys to allow me to sneak that in there. I always think that's fun. Um, but yeah, hopefully your boy Peasy will still be sane because the Mets keep losing, and hopefully we'll still be in playoff position then. Because I might throw a tantrum live on air, so you might want to catch that. But we will be back.
Y'all just gonna see Zeke sitting back eating some popcorn, enjoying
Chilling.
every second of that tantrum.
Guys, I appreciate you joining us.
No
We'll be
doubt.
back next week, Wednesday, 9 p.m., assuming there's no technical difficulties. Peace.
Peace, everybody.